Okay, here we go. And that was Kindred Spirits if it comes out. So I know we're in a... That's why people think that my 3-month... My 3-month booking for private reads... There we go. Celebration. I did get that for you, Leary C. But I do feel it's cutting ties to celebrate. And seriously, Zenny Optics need to sponsor me to keep streaming. Do you know why everyone's always busy? If you want something to happen, ask a busy person. It's a saying from many years ago, but it's true now just as it was then. And, okay, celebration. Here we go. And Victoria Mosley does the interpretations for these. And I do have to say, I've seen Corgi Giro's cards and uber impressed. Celebration. There is a cause for celebration. And this is a special moment for the beautiful girl as she dances in sheer delight. In one hand, she holds a golden goblet. In the other, a ball or of starlight. Golden goblet. It looks like she's holding a fairy. Sorry, but Victoria Mosley says it's a ball of starlight. Her gown and headdress are adorned with fragrant blooms, and butterflies frolic around her as if to join in the happiness. Candles in the foreground add to the mood of rejoicing and symbolize the spiritual presence of light and illumination. There will be many good reasons for joy without need for any formal occasion or use of a calendar. And Peachy, welcome in. And yes, it was Leary C that gifted you the sub. Good, you know that. There will be many good reasons for joy without need for any formal occasion or use of a calendar. Celebration can be a type of harvest, reaping the rewards of effort, marking time or good news, memory of a loved one, birth of a new life or new project, fruition of a long-held dream, and it can take many forms. To those who are caught in the addictive chase of leading a life based on projected future happiness, perhaps now is a good time to simply give thanks for the perfection of all that is today, in the present moment. I like that. Give joy for what is in the present moment. By reflecting on how good and bad choices have led you to this point of life, hindsight can reveal the ways you have been guided and shaped by unforeseen forces, which help enrich your understanding of life. These are real triumphs of lasting value we take with us to our next life and are worthy of great celebration. To those who are enduring difficult times where there seems little hope of change, the message of this card beckons you to actively seek joy. I am astounded. Joy is the ultimate creator. I'm astounded how the cards tend to interconnect to what I was picking up to start with. Okay. It beckons you to actively seek joy and celebration regardless of circumstance. You will be forever wealthy if you can learn to celebrate the simple things in life. In the wise words of Oprah Winfrey, well, that's debatable, but anyway, I'll carry on. In the wise words of Oprah Winfrey, the more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. And I believe Oprah may have got that from Steve Harvey. Or vice versa. I like Steve Harvey though. Steve Harvey puts a positive spin on all of life's ups and downs, roller coasters. I know it doesn't sound super easy, but like some of you know my little backstory. I was a super high-flying corporate biatch. And in 30 seconds, a car accident changed everything. Yes, it took some time to get myself into a better mindset. But once I got into that mindset, as Victoria Moseley said, hindsight's a wonderful thing. We can look back and see how not so great situations actually enhance our now. And to be grateful that the now is enhanced. Like I got to the point where the first thing of gratitude I was celebrating was I woke up every morning. I still had nerve endings. The nerve endings might have felt the pain, but I still had nerve endings that could feel the pain and tell the doctors where they needed to look. And it sounds strange to be grateful that you're in pain, but after such a catastrophe, I could have been left with no nerve endings or no registerable nerve endings. And so I wouldn't have been able to tell the doctors where to look. And then that would have been a guessing game for the doctors. And yet it wasn't because I had the ability to tell the doctors where it hurt. So, Leary C, I know it doesn't sound super easy. But when you look at the mistakes you've made and how they've actually redirected your path, mistakes can actually have more of a profound impact on our destination than our joy. But in that, we can then be happy and joyful about our bad mistakes. So we may make mistakes. Be grateful that we have the freedom of choice, the free will to make them. George Orwell's 1984 had Big Brother constantly watching. And people weren't able to stray even slightly off their path. And yet, for those of us not living in a regimented government, we do have the freedom to stray slightly off that path. So keep that in mind and you'll find that it can be easy. I know at the start it wouldn't sound to be easy. More than temporarily gold hairs. If it's more than walking 20 metres, I am in a wheelchair. So, but I'm grateful that I've had support. Through this whole thing, I haven't lost any of my friends that I had at the time of the accident. The ones that I did lose, seriously, I don't think they could have coped with what happened. So it revealed more about their weakness And all I was left with was strong, empowering people around me. And I am truly blessed. It may not sound it when I give a brief description, but I am truly blessed. Like my computer knowledge, for example, was pretty good at the time. So, for example, I was video conferencing before Skype. So trust me, that wasn't an easy feat. It was like setting up a whole studio just for one corporate conference. But I was video conferencing even before Skype. So I had those skills there. And I'm eternally grateful for it. Well, there you go, Leary C. And thank you for my hype train. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. Actually have the support. You're welcome, Leary C. And I do know that the numbness you're going through at the moment will lift. And I feel it will lift by seeking out the joy. Yeah, even dial up had only just come in. Think AOL. I worked for a global corporation at the time, and we had our own intranet that was worldwide. So it was even before dial-up, sort of. It's hard to explain to people that can remember dial-up, but that's about as far back as they go. So I'll stop explaining. Earlier than that, Scorpio. Earlier than that. Earlier than that. Damn, like 90... What was it? 92. There you go. 92. So, it is cool, but it's also what's given me the skill to utilize Twitch. You know, who would have thought somebody my age would actually be on Twitch, let alone have you beautiful people here. And I do believe, Valerie, you are up next. Hey, Valerie. I'm just fixing up my queue. And I think I might have lost... Oh no, there we go. I'm just fixing up my queue so I can put the list up. Now, Valerie, do you know somewhere that someone's had difficulty with... When they've driven the car, it's like the car's slid sideways? It's not as simple as it seems, no. Okay, I need to keep that in mind because I know somebody has. I know somebody has. And Valerie, can you understand personal coaching or career coaching? Personal coaching, career coaching, lifestyle coaching. It's okay if it's a no. You don't know. Okay. My guides are saying I'm nearly there. I just haven't picked the right word. I feel there may have been a loss of... It's like a miscarriage. I'm saying it's like a miscarriage because it's a loss of a pet baby. It's a loss of something that made you whole. Okay. Was that 3 weeks ago, Valerie? Do you see how if we put our own interpretations on it, there you go. I feel you're going to feel whole again. If we put our own interpretations on what we're given, we could get it wrong, which I believe I did, because I do feel like there's a full house around you, Valerie. A full house, as in the house is full. But it's like getting home is work. Okay, there we go. I can turn the cards now. I knew my guides were right. Here we go. Getting home is work. I had a colleague once that said to me, I come to work so I can have a rest. And we had a very busy work schedule. Valerie, can you understand having a dream to go beyond where you're currently residing? Okay. I have to lay out these cards to be sure. There we go. I feel your dream is big. And I'm getting the impression, scale it down a little bit. And no, I'm not calling you out. My dream is big. For example, if I started small, I would want a heater here with me in my meditation room. Because it's 13 degrees and it's the middle of the day. It's freezing. So if I scaled my dream down, it would be, I just want a heater in my room. But I feel it's a scale down. I can see pillars. I feel it's that specific. You're going to achieve it, but scale it down a bit. Because even though you're prepared to wait, I feel even though you're prepared to wait, I do feel like the dream is too big for you. And anyone who's had a large house knows that when it comes to cleaning that large house, you wish you only had 2 rooms. So I feel you're taking notes on how others have been successful. Once you scale it down, it will happen quick. In Australia, we call them McMansions, after the Golden Arches. And everybody wants the same McMansion. You know, something big, glowing, and stand out, see it for a mile. I feel there's rapid happenings in you with a connection with another person. It took a while to start off. It took a while to... McMansions are intercontinental and a terrible wasteful trend. I agree with that, Horse Drawn Portrait. There's an Aussie song, give me a home among the gum trees with lots of plum trees, a sheep or two and a kangaroo, a clothesline out the back, veranda out the front, and an old rocking chair. And it's like, to me, that's my dream. There's specifications, of course, but that is my dream. It's an Aussie song. And Valerie, I do feel as if you're not McMansion taste, but scale it down a bit. And there's been very rapid bringing together between you and another person. It's bringing together or separation. It's the Two of Cups with the Justice card. So it's either bringing together or separation. In this case, I feel like it's bringing together. There's an understanding now that wasn't there before. Your best friend. Is your best friend Aries? Aries or Scorpio? I get Mars energy. Yes, Aries. Okay. There's a real coming together. It's like you're finally on the same page. I feel your friend may have engaged in some unhealthy behaviours, and it had you upset for quite some time. It's all beautiful too, by the way, so don't worry. This friend either engaged in the unhealthy behaviours or rescued you from the unhealthy behaviours. Okay, and rescued you. That is a beautiful story, Valerie. Your friend rescued you. I love it. My friend rescued me. Oh, it's such a warm feeling, isn't it, Valerie? I do feel like it has made your friendship stronger. And I know I got Leary C giving away income. I feel your friend has helped you out and you have every intention of paying back every single cent. So I wasn't far off, life coach. It was just in the form of a friend. There you go. Yeah, I know. I know you do, Valerie. You will do it. It's almost like you've created an accounting book, the ins and the outs, and you've done the lent and paid back in the accounting book. Great way to do it, by the way. I do see this as being and Valerie, I know you're going to resonate if you know the song. If you don't know the song, please look it up on YouTube. I'm getting a song that's, we had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun. And I think it's called Seasons in the Sun. It's an old song from the 50s or 60s. Listen to it and I believe it will resonate with your friendship. And there is zero judgment here. I'm so happy you've got a best bud like I do, Valerie. I am so happy. I love it when people have best buds like that because sometimes they can be the reason you get up in the morning. For me, my best bud was standing at my front door. Yes, it is. My best bud was standing at my front door. I was in a spinal brace, by the way. And she's banging on the door. She's saying, let me in. I'm not going anywhere. I know your house is in a mess. Just let me in. And she would have stood there until I let her in. Even if that was 2 days, she would have stood there knocking and yelling at my front door. And I let her in. And she said, stuff this, I'm here for coffee. And my house was a mess. And I made coffee. Yes, the dishes were done. Something was done. But knowing she wouldn't have gone away allowed me to accept what I couldn't do. She knew what I could, but she allowed me to accept what I couldn't. And sometimes that can come from the best friend. And I feel that's important for you, Valerie. And please ask your friend about having steering difficulty with the car. I don't know where it fits. My guides sometimes give me this information and don't tell me where I'm supposed to be with it. So if everybody could check. I feel a steering arm's not... He doesn't drive yet. Okay. I feel somebody's steering arm needs looking at. And only mechanical people will understand what I mean. Thank you for checking though, Valerie. And thank you for returning to my streams. Oh, and yes, you felt weak in the last... You felt not strong in the last week. And I feel as if your friend is giving you that... I have it. I've got this. And you do have it, Valerie. Don't doubt it. You do have it and you do... Yeah, you have got it. And there you go. I'm going to trust my guides a bit more. And I'm giving Blue Light Oracle a shout out now. Because Blue Light Oracle raided right at the end of my stream with 10 people. And Blue Light Oracle is a fellow Aussie. A Kiwi, but Australia is unusual in that if you land in Australia, you're an Aussie. Does not matter where you came from before. If your feet touch this soil, you're an Aussie. You might be an Aussie tourist, but you're an Aussie. We're weird that way.